No one applied for a dream job expecting a nightmare, until Mia answered Diddy's assistant ad. In the next 8 minutes, you'll uncover the secret world of late-night summons, kind bouquets that came with threats, and a pattern of gaslighting so elaborate it reads like psychological torture. Stick around to learn exactly how a superstar mogul turned promotion promises into prison evidence, and why her bravery might just rewrite Hollywood's rules on power and abuse. From glamour to gaslight, Mia started in January 2014, organizing his schedule, booking flights, and handling calls. At first, it felt like any busy executive's office. Late nights, long days, but a sense of purpose. Then the favors began. He'd ask her to join dinners, to stay close at his side. Small things. Then bigger. By spring, texts arrived at all hours. Be here at 11 p.m. tonight. I need you. Those nights ended with her on a sofa in his mansion, alone except for him. She tried to leave. He blocked the door. He told me nobody would ever believe me, Mia testified. He said my career would be over. He said he'd ruin me. The first assault, the first unwanted touch came in his study, a room painted deep red with floor-to-ceiling shelves of gold records. She was handing him papers when he reached out, grabbed her wrist, and pulled her toward him. She froze. He kissed her, hard. She pulled away. Next time, it was worse. In the fall of 2014, after a late-night studio session, she went to fetch water. He was sitting on a leather chair. He beckoned her over. Before she could react, he lunged, pinned her to the armrest, and forced himself on her. She screamed. He laughed. Then he whispered, "Do you want to keep your job?" She whispered no, and he let her go, bruised, humiliated, terrified. Rinse. And repeat. Over 8 years, Mia counted at least 5 separate incidents of sexual assault. 4 in private rooms, 1 in a car outside a Miami club. Sometimes there was an audience of bodyguards who looked away. Sometimes it was just her and him. She tried to report it to HR. But HR was run by his friends. They told her, "He's family. You'll hurt his career. Just be grateful." Fear kept her silent. Psychological coercion, it wasn't just the assaults. It was the gaslighting. He'd tell her she was lucky he noticed her. He'd promise raises and promotions if she stayed silent. He'd send flowers the next day with notes. "Thank you for being my rock." She felt trapped in a cycle. Terror, guilt, confusion, brief relief, and terror again. On the stand, Mia described how she went from eager assistant to a shell of herself. She cried before work. She numbed herself with Xanax. She stopped seeing friends. She lost 20 pounds. "I became who he wanted me to be," she said. "I'd look in the mirror and barely recognize myself." APnews.com 2. Immunity and breaking point. In early 2025, prosecutors offered immunity to any employees willing to testify. They needed her voice. "At first, I was scared of jail," Mia admitted. "Then I was scared of him." She took the deal. Under oath in June 2025, she recounted the assaults in vivid detail. Where they happened, what he said, how she felt. She pulled out her phone and scrolled through texts, invitations to private meetings, messages of apology, even a video he sent of her asleep, taken without her knowledge. "I have it all documented," she told the jury. He thought he could bury it, but you can't bury the truth. Defense cross-examination, brainwashed, Diddy's lawyers pounced. They showed photos of Mia smiling at red carpet events after the assaults. They pointed to affectionate texts she'd sent him months later. "Miss you, good luck on tour," texts she said were survival tactics. Under cross, she explained, "He'd threaten me. Then he'd praise me. Then he'd threaten again. I was brainwashed. I was trying to survive." Prosecutors later told reporters that admitting these texts showed the control he had over her mind, not her consent. Corroborating evidence, it wasn't just her word. Phone records placed her at his residences when she said she was assaulted. Security logs showed bodyguards were on standby. Emails from his assistant manager to Mia read, "Sir requests you stay late tonight." Financial records revealed bonuses credited the day after certain assaults. Payments Mia believed were hush money. One invoice from February 2017 listed a $5,000 ex gratia payment to Mia's bank account, with no explanation, arriving 2 days after she tried to quit. Prosecutors said it was a payoff for her silence. The culture of fear, Mia wasn't alone. Former employees testified they'd heard screams from his home studio. Makeup artists said they patched up bruises they didn't dare ask about. A bodyguard, who later quit, fearing legal entanglement, told investigators he saw Diddy drag Mia up a flight of stairs by her hair. When stories leaked, his team denied everything. But internal emails revealed frantic calls. Get Mia on a plane to London. She needs to relax? Find out who leaked this, another email said. Could be legal. In one chilling moment, GQ reported in April 2024, a former chauffeur, asked on the record why he quit, said simply, "I couldn't live with what I saw." The man behind the music was a monster. Mia's life has been broken apart. She's in therapy for complex PTSD. She can't trust men. She had to move apartments because she feared being followed. She said the worst part is the guilt, wondering if she could have done more, if she could have stopped him sooner. But she found strength in speaking up. "If I can save one person," she told jurors, "it's worth it." She now works with a nonprofit for workplace survivors, helping them navigate trauma and legal systems. A turning point in court. When she walked off the stand, the courtroom was hushed. Even seasoned reporters described it as a moment of clarity. Her bravery laid bare, a stark contrast to the glitzy world outside. Lead prosecutor Maria Delgado summed it up in closing arguments. "This is not an employer-employee dispute. This is a story of systematic abuse by a man who thought fear was his shield. He used his power to trap her in a living nightmare." Ms. Mia stepped out of that nightmare today and spoke the truth. BusinessInsider.com 1. Aftermath and broader implications. Mia's testimony became a rallying cry. Industry insiders said it cracked open a code of silence in entertainment. Agencies updated harassment policies. The #MeToo movement gained new momentum. Victims citing the Diddy case as proof that even the biggest stars can be held accountable. Legal experts noted that offering immunity to assistants could become a model for prosecuting powerful figures who hide behind inner circles. "It sends a message," one commentator said, "that nobody's too big to answer for their crimes." Mia came to work thinking she'd found a golden ticket to stardom. Instead, she uncovered a world of manipulation, violence, and fear. She lost her innocence, her safety, and years of her life. But she also gained something she thought was gone forever: her voice. Her testimony exposed the machinery behind Diddy's empire and showed that power can be challenged. Because no matter how many fists you throw or how much money you spend, you can never fully silence the truth. In the next video, we'll see how Jane and Cassie's testimonies, along with a burnt Porsche and a club shooting, added layers of shock to this sprawling portrait of abuse.